welcome back to Flipper Flicks. This week we are heading to Arizonia, which is a great place to raise your kids. I'm Sam.
Hey, Sam. Who are we?
Flipper Flicks?
Yeah.
And this
I'm
is the
Adam.
Dog Days of Cage.
Yeah, and I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
It's been so long since Sam's had the intro, though. Let's just talk about that. It's been like a month and a half.
Excuse me, I did my intro just fine. You were the one that was thrown off.
It was fine.
Oh, I just was
Adam's
messing
just very
with you.
like, okay, check this. Yep. Check that off the list. Yep. Okay. Making sure. But if he didn't do it, Sam and I would just be like,
That's true.
we'd just be here like saying stuff.
People wouldn't know who we are.
That's true.
I don't know how they found us, but they wouldn't know who we are.
Right. Oh, shoot.
Oh, man. Well, you know, we appreciate that you keep us on task.
Someone's got to.
Well, like I said, this week I finally got one of my Cage movies, which is exciting. Raising Arizona.
You said it right.
I did, which is it's a task, man. After what we do in the shadows, Arizonia is the only way I ever pronounce it. Like, I can't say it normally. So it's going to be difficult.
I said it wrong at work once, and somebody looked at me weird.
You're like, that's how it's pronounced. Come on now. Where did we watch this? Did we just rent it?
We had to rent it.
Tim, did you rent it?
I did on Amazon. I mean, you could probably sign up for stars or whatever, but I just, for $3, like,
I don't feel like
I understand. Yeah.
I understand it's probably a better deal in the long run.
Yeah.
But I'm lazy. I will end up paying for it for months, and then I will have overspent.
This is true. This is true. Well, I feel like all of Cage's flicks are on like Stars or some shit. Like he must have a deal with them because
Something. Yeah.
we're always like Stars. Oh wait, none of us have Stars. Anyway,
I don't think it's even him that's controlling any sort of deal like that.
Yeah, no, he would know.
Whoever
It's a
owns the rights
producer.
to it, and
Production companies.
they make their money off of it, and he gets a little check on the side.
True. Well, if you're wondering what this movie's about, it's a fast-paced farce about an unlikely pair who go to extreme lengths to have a child. There's more to that synopsis, but I decided that was good enough. Just the first sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of his early days.
Yes, very early.
And it shows. I mean,
1987. Holy shit.
I mean, not only him, but like John Goodman.
Yeah, wasn't that wild?
Francis
Like a young John Goodman.
McDormand.
Yeah.
He looks like Travis.
I thought that
Like
too.
Travis has the same like hair and beard and stuff. And
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck is going on?
Well, yeah. There were like 3 big actors in this film that I was like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, like because Francis both looked the same and just younger.
And younger, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's probably good, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize she was married to one of the Coen brothers.
I didn't
Oh,
know that
really?
either.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think it's Ethan. Because I didn't know. I also didn't know this is a Coen brother film.
Me neither.
Because I think by the time Fargo came around, they were like flashing their names. Like a Coen brother film.
Probably.
Yeah.
But like this is 1987.
Yeah. And their names are on it, just not in the way you're used to seeing them.
Yeah, it was really kind of weird. The director's credit was like Ethan then Joel, and then the writing credit was Joel then Ethan. Or reverse, whatever. But they were like flipped, and I was like, what? Just put it alphabetized. I don't care.
Nah, they were like, excuse me, sir. I did more on the writing than you did. I won the top bill.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can we also talk about how insane his hair is in this movie?
It's fantastic. So I was going to bring that up because it reminds me of Ace Ventura, but like in a different sort of way.
I can see
It's
that.
like it's like he reminds me a lot of
Ace.
I don't know, but yeah, he reminds me a lot of Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura, Arizona. Weirdly kind of close.
True.
Not like the movies, just the wording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nicholas, how can you tell us more about the hair?
I would rub my hair, and so the static electricity would make it lift up so that I was like Woody Woodpecker and would look like Woody Woodpecker.
I think he nails it. And it like kind of grows based on like if he's calm, it's all flat.
Yeah.
But then when he's going crazier, it's getting bigger.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny he says Woody the Woodpecker because the one dude has a tattoo of Woody the Woodpecker.
They both do.
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, it's on his arm. And like one of the first scenes, HI was
I missed
like,
that somehow.
they were like, yeah, when he's doing his mugshots, they're like, make sure to show your tattoo.
Oh, you're
pulls it
right.
up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember now.
And I feel like his hair grows in different directions. Like sometimes it's
just
straight
kinda-
up, sometimes it's straight out, sometimes it's both. Who's
Alex,
to say?
man. Can't
Yeah.
predict him.
Yeah. What would you say about the character, Nicholas?
H.I. McDonough to me was like a living cartoon. I saw him as Woody Woodpecker. And
He really did. He really likes the
Apparently
hammering
the
that
Woody
woodpecker.
Woodpecker thing.
I know, yeah.
Like just hammering it in like a woodpecker.
I wonder if that was like something that they like instilled because they never really like developed the Woody the Woodpecker tattoo.
Yeah.
Like, is that just funny? Like,
Yeah.
was there some sort of connection?
So I'm pretty sure the woodpecker thing came from Cage.
Okay.
I could see it.
There was a bit of from what I was reading, there's a bit of a clash between Nicolas Cage and the Coen brothers. Not in the sense like there were big fights, there were just creative differences. So
Sure.
Nick would be like, hey, let's do this scene like this. And then they'd be
Yeah.
like, no, I don't think that's funny. And then they'd be like, hey, let's do this scene like this. And he'd be like, I don't think it's funny, but yes, I'll do it because I'm the actor.
That's funny.
Now, they said that it got all blown up, like, oh my God, they hate working with each other. And they're like, no, we just saw the film. Like, this is the first time, this is one of Cage's early films. He didn't understand, like, oh, you're doing somebody else's vision, not your own.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Coen brothers are like, I would rather have an actor come up with ideas than, and like, we might not see eye to eye, but hey, they're coming up with the ideas rather than just, and here we are in Arizona.
Right.
So like, they complimented each other. It's just, there were times that they were like butting heads.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
thank you for coming to my Nick
Yeah.
talk
Yeah.
or Cage talk. Cage
Yeah,
chat.
I mean, I could see that being added in later on, the whole Woody Woodpecker thing, because especially when he says, like, based him off of, like, a living cartoon, Woody Woodpecker. I mean, if you watching the movie, that's how it comes off anyway. It's a living cartoon. There's, movies from that era. There's a bunch of them that are that way.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like its own genre without being a genre.
Like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Well, that's even more so. But
wait a second.
Actually,
there's quite literally cartoon in it. But, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna hop back to John Goodman. How did you like him just like screaming for 5 minutes
I love
straight?
that. So, I'm like, what was his cues for that? Just scream. Because half the time he's just literally like, it's just a scream. There's no like anything else behind it. Because originally it's like he's freaking out, but then he's just screaming.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Dude, right? And then like him coming up from under the ground like a dwarf from Lord of the Rings. Because that's how dwarves are born. But he's a lot taller than a Lord of the Rings dwarf.
And he just
Yeah,
kept
just a bit.
screaming. Like, I feel like he screams for a beat longer than you're expecting. Or
Yeah.
a couple,
Yeah.
honestly. Because I'm like, oh, he's still screaming. Okay, that's what type of movie this is.
All right, Johnny Goods. Can you scream for like 6 seconds? All right, I'm going to do it for 10.
Yeah, seriously.
I love John Goodman.
He's great.
He's so good. And he always like, oh man, it's sad to see him older, like in Righteous
Yeah.
Gemstones and stuff. But like, he's so good.
Yes, he is. Now, I would say his screaming reminded me of Sully in Monsters, Inc. because he's always yelling in that because it's a fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally a cartoon.
Yeah. Well, I thought that he had to scream more because the baby never screams or fucking cries. It's like a silent
baby
baby
doesn't.
for most of the film.
All right.
Half the time I think it's fake and then it moves.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
I have fun baby facts.
Do it.
There were five babies in total, right?
Nice.
Quintuplets. How
Yep.
many? So, but you know the old adage about how many, like you had to have multiple babies. You can't have one. That's why they love twins.
Mm-hmm.
How many babies for the 5 babies do you think there were?
10.
15.
15 babies.
Look at you, Tim.
Nailed it. 3 babies each.
3
One of the
babies.
babies got fired.
Oh
Oh,
What
He
is a
learned to
baby
walk.
sucks, nerd.
Oh.
The little fucker learned how to get on his feet. So the mom apparently was like putting his shoes on the like backwards so that he couldn't walk, so he wouldn't get fired. Sweet gig, man.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
But they only had a $5 million budget, which is like it's like really low this in today's day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, back then,
It was still low.
5 million is, yeah. It was still low, but that's still a good, it's still commanding.
Yeah,
a
it's
good
like
price.
probably like a $30 million budget now or something.
Yeah.
But they were saying they had to be like meticulous about everything. They had to have it all planned perfectly because there were a lot of explosions that cost
Oh,
money.
yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Like just all of the cars and everything. Like I know that like they're trained for it, but they're like turning these cars, doing U-turns just on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they even almost killed the baby by running it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that, like, biker guy, anytime he sees, like, a furry little creature, there was an explosion.
I know.
so-
Yeah.
Lenny Smalls,
Yeah.
which is a riff off of Mice and Men,
Oh, that makes sense.
because
Mm,
Lenny
yeah.
killed small animals all the time.
Yeah.
But I was gonna just talk about that car scene where it almost hits the baby.
Mhm.
They didn't obviously almost hit the baby. They drove away
No.
and put it in reverse.
Ah, okay.
The
That's why
film.
it looks sped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks all fucky.
Yeah.
funny.
They did that a couple times where they sped it up. Like in the car chase scene,
Yeah.
you could tell it was all sped up and everything.
Mm-hmm. One of the scenes that I found hilarious was just when he was like robbing for the diapers and he has the pantyhose on his head, but not that part. The part where he's running through the house and it's like following him and the pantyhose are like dangling everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was just like, that's fucking hilarious to me.
Was this how Huggies ad
I think so.
It kind of came
That
off that way, didn't
And
it?
Budweiser.
and Coca-Cola?
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone that came across that baby had to change his diaper.
yeah,
Everybody
pretty
who
much.
came across that baby also had to steal that baby book.
Yeah, that's the instruction manual.
Yes. Yeah. I love
I
how he
did.
said that. He's about the instructions.
I did like how it like wove through the whole story.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
And earlier on, so I didn't know this was a Coen brother film, but there was like a scene where they're like, I want to say Nathan Arizona Sr. and his wife Penelope. Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Sure.
They're sitting there. I'm like, this looks like a Wes Anderson set. And then I find out it's Coen brothers. I'm like, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It felt like Wes Anderson, but I mean, like Coen brothers did it first. Gotta give them credit.
Yeah, where they're just kind of like sitting there, like wondering what's going on with the babies. It's like
Yeah.
very slow and.
It was very Moonrise Kingdom esque.
Mm-hmm,
If they had like panned through the house, that would have been full Wes.
mm-hmm. Definitely.
But yeah,
Mhm.
Nathan Arizona Sr. owned an unpainted furniture warehouse.
Yes.
Well, you know.
I didn't know that was like a market,
Me neither.
but like apparently his crib was unpainted.
Yeah, that was
The
a nice
quintuplet
detail.
pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grabbed Nathan Sr. I think he's the best one. Larry, Barry, Gary, and Harry.
Yeah, and then Nathan Jr.
But yeah, if you opened a business in Arizona, what would it be? A leather shop?
A leather shop.
A leather shop? You'd be out of business in a
Out of
week.
business in a week's time.
Oh man.
So Lenny Smalls, I want to go back to him real quick because I just want to say
You mean Mad Max?
Yeah.
I was thinking more of Ghost Rider.
That too.
In a sense.
He's literally like a dude from hell coming up to right the wrong or something. I don't know. It was
Yeah, but Ghost Rider was never like an outlaw, I don't think, right?
I don't know. He's kind of a superhero, but he's not. He's more like maybe
He's an anti-hero.
yeah, he's an anti-hero. Is it anti or anti? Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Either
English
way.
language is a mess.
Mm,
Yeah.
true. Well, I will say that Lenny was like the only person that I felt like you could have cut. Like there were points. So like when
Yeah.
he goes and sees Nathan Sr. and they're all like, get the baby back and blah, blah, blah. Like I felt like that was kind of like dragging, at least for me personally. I was like, okay, I don't really care anymore. And then I was thinking like if you got rid of him and it was just like H.I., and John Goodman and those people, like, I think you still could have had the same storyline, essentially. I don't know what Lenny added for me, personally.
Right. He just kind of felt like he was just there and, like, forced into the story, whereas you could have just made it to where he was dealing with John Goodman and them and gets the baby back from them, and the same story happens.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, we got it from this guy. Oh, you guys took it, Yeah.
It was, that would probably be my biggest, like, about it as well.
I mean, even John Goodman could have been like what Lenny did and show up at the house and, like, I can find the baby for you. It's like, oh, but it wouldn't be like I'm a person that hunts down people. It's just like, I have the information. I'm not going to share it till you pay me. Yeah. And then I'm going to get you the baby. It's like, okay. And then.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it was just funny. And then we haven't even talked about Ed. Ed, very against crime, yet she's okay with stealing a baby. Yeah. They just have too much to handle. They have too much to handle.
Nutso. Oh my God. I guess baby fever really got onto her and she went crazy from it.
Yeah, she just really wanted a critter.
Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know, don't marry somebody that
is a criminal.
Fuck up your chance of having a baby. Yeah.
Well, she was the one who unfortunately could not.
Well, they couldn't adopt though because of him.
Yeah, that's true. Forgot about that. Or, just divorce him, adopt the baby.
Right. Adopt the baby.
Remarry him.
Yeah.
Done. Oh man.
Dude, and then the fucking the other couple, Dot and Glenn?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that fucking Glenn dude. Like
the swingers.
And I'm like, I'm sorry if I punched a dude in the face because he wanted to swing. I would tell you, Sam.
Yeah.
Like, this would be information that is, I just punched him in the face.
Don't think I would punch somebody in the face for saying that. I would just be like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
like, I'm not going to be like,
bye.
So upset about it. Yeah, I'd be like, all right, well, we're not going to hang out anymore.
I'm not that type of person. We should not
see those people ever again.
Well, and wasn't he his boss too?
Yeah, foreman.
Yeah,
also
and then he fired him.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, I kind of assumed so.
Yeah.
He didn't punch him, though. He ran into the cactus.
Didn't
he?
True.
Yeah.
I can't remember now.
I feel like it was an overreaction either way, though.
It was.
Yeah.
There's he could have still been like, yeah, I'm good. And then they could have been friends. Like, or it's just like, I don't know.
Also, but his 5 children.
Oh my God, they were insane.
Yes, they were.
That was too much.
I would have left.
Oh my God.
I'm out.
You would have left your own house. Like,
yeah.
After they wrote fart on the wall, you're like, I'm out.
Yeah.
No, see, that's okay. Of all things. It's funny, at least.
He's good with his alphabet. He's right fart on the wall.
I didn't even catch that line.
Yeah.
That, and then like one of the babies only has like one eye. You're like left to your imagination on what happened there.
Right.
This movie, I will say though, kind of dragged a lot.
Yeah.
You think so?
They were just, I don't know, maybe it might have been my mood for the night. But like normally Coen brother films, I'm like very into. And I can say that as the person who turned on Hail Caesar.
That's true.
No, I was just joking about that. But yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe it was the dry setting and it just dried my eyes.
I don't think it's quite as quick-witted as other Coen brother films. Like, I think the structure is there and you can see them develop it in certain scenes, like the one you were just talking about, Tim, with like the alphabet and stuff, but it's not quite as like, the pacing is not as quick.
You know what? Maybe it's just there's less words per minute.
Exactly. Like, there's just...
That could be...
Like, H.I. is the narrator, so like you've got that, but then like the actual dialogue between the characters, depending on the scene, is not all that snappy and witty,
Yeah. Do you also like that he's H.I. and he wears Hawaiian shirts?
Yeah, I thought his whole look was a
wardrobe
vibe.
Was amazing.
Yep.
Especially with the hair. I was like, somebody be this man for Halloween, please.
Tim's got the mustache.
This is true.
My hair's too long.
I've got the shirts.
My hair's just too long right now.
Yeah, I don't know yours could like if it could stick out, it would just droop. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's
I
so
could get
long.
mine to stick out.
My
Alex would do it for me.
Nice.
I was like, mine is past the shoulders now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's gonna be a no.
My sides are shaved with the tops a couple inches.
There you go.
I could pull something off.
Need a TikTok video of Tim doing the HI
Oh,
hairstyle. Tutorial here.
But you gotta make sure you do the accent too.
Yeah,
It's kind of almost like a southern accent.
I know. I'd have to practice that one because it was like a not quite there, but like I don't know.
It was like a taste of southern.
Yeah, it wasn't a full on. Yeah.
Well, I think there were other good scenes. Like I remember the robbery scene where the guy's like giving him the third degree of like, well, I
Yes.
can't freeze and go down. And they're
Yeah.
like, then where are the tellers? We're on the ground. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's like, "All right, and count to 800 or something, and then come back, count."
875. Yeah.
Yeah. Then count back. Oh, the hell with it. Oh,
Yeah, and then the car comes
course.
back. That was amazing. And then just the sheer amount of paint that was in the paint bomb, and then how it blows up in the
Oh my
car. Like it was
gosh.
insanity.
yes. I
Like,
did. Like there were lots of laughing points.
That was where it felt like a cartoon for sure. was
Yeah.
that scene.
Yeah.
So
And then I mean my last note was just like the very last line is what got me. Like I was all kind of like on the fence. Like I was like, all right, I enjoyed parts of it. Parts of it dragged. And then like he's basically like, I don't know, maybe it was Utah. And I just like busted out laughing. Like I couldn't handle it. Like it was like the opposite of Extraction where the end ruined it. Like the end like made it for me on this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Pulled it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
didn't you say you had something from the credit scene?
Yeah, that's what I introed with. So at one point they were like, at the very end, it was like filmed on location in Arizona's Valley of the Sun, a great place to raise your kids. And I was like,
Oh.
nice.
Perfect.
I just wanted to be brought up that Sam watched the credits and saw that.
Yeah. Oh,
I
and the
did not.
yodeling. What about the yodeling? How did you guys like the yodeling? I loved the yodeling.
I
I
enjoyed
don't
it.
remember.
You don't remember the
When did they
song that was
yodel?
like the entire song whenever they would play it, they'd be like, ooh.
It was like the background music.
Oh, I don't even.
Oh,
I can't even like. Yeah, hear it right now.
it's just
I
like
don't know why.
yodeling.
No.
That's it. That's the whole soundtrack is yodeling.
Yeah.
And it just gives it like
Huh.
a weird vibe, like a over the top vibe. I'm so sad that you don't remember it.
I don't. I'll have to go back and listen to it just because as soon as I listen to it, it'll probably be like, oh, yeah, okay.
Right. I know. It's one of those things.
And they credited the yodeler in the credits too. I paid attention to that.
Sam was very excited for that.
Because I thought it was just going to be a track on the music list. And then it was like yodeler. And I was like, no shit.
That's where that $5 million budget went.
Yeah,
He used 4 of
exactly.
it.
That and the babies, like that's where they spent all the money.
Here you go, baby. Here's $20. Here's $20. Here's $20. Now don't spend that all in one place. All right. So the critics here give it a 90%.
Damn.
The audience with an 85%. IMDb with a 7.3 out of 10 and Google with an 82. So Samantha, as the picker of the movie whose father was obsessed with this, how are you feeling and where is it sitting? And where is it sitting at?
So I don't think it's like the greatest movie ever. So I can understand where the enjoyable parts are. Like I enjoyed it, but then I do think like the whole leather character is kind of like not needed and makes it drag at points. But I will say I'm much more likely to flip this on than Joe, just because not that this is a better, like more well done movie, but like it's a better vibe and it's just easier to rewatch. And so for that,
Right.
I'm going to flip it on. So my list is Gone in 60 Seconds, Renfield, Raising Arizona, Joe, The Old Way, Mandy, Prisoners of the Ghostland. So Tim.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a flip on for me, even though I don't remember music or anything. But,
She doesn't remember the whole movie.
yeah, I was entertained by it the entire time, and it was fun seeing these actors younger,
Definitely.
especially people that you don't feel like age.
Yeah.
Right.
More specifically, Cage in that aspect. But Yeah, I mean, I put it as my fourth on the list. So I got Gone in 60 Seconds, Mandy, Renfield, Arizona, Joe, Old Way, and then Prisoners of Ghostland. And in that situation, I mean, it's a flip on for me. I think it's worth at least one viewing, and it's definitely, I wouldn't be upset about like rewatching it. It wouldn't necessarily be like a top rewatch, but it's like something that I would have somebody watch. You know, it's like if you're thinking of trying to find something to watch, you can't think of anything. It's one of those movies. Like I go back and watch it, and then be somebody else's first time watching it or something.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
you're not gonna be Matthew McConaughey who says he watches it on repeat.
Does he?
Does he?
That's what he claimed at one point in time.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I was on the fence. I'll probably flip it on just cause. It's not like I didn't enjoy it. I did enjoy it. And based on where my line is currently in the sand, it goes Mandy, Renfield, Joe, Gone in 60 Seconds, Raising Arizona, and then The Old Way and Prisoners.
I like how we all have The Old Way and Prisoners as the last two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to bottom out below Prisoners.
I don't think you can. I mean, I'm sure you can. But I think we avoided most of those movies in his career. Like, those are like the 2018,
Yeah.
2015 to 2018 is what I'm going to say. Those weird movies.
Yeah, he did that one in 21.
No, well, never mind then. What do I know?
Jack shit. I actually don't know if it was 21. I thought it was 21.
It probably was that recent.
It was 21. All right, for next week, will Sam finally get to do her second movie, or will Tim finish out before Sam's done too?
The Sam movie, isn't it?
It's a Sam movie.
All right.
Sam's up next.
Shocking.
Oh.
Now, Nick, real quick, we haven't heard from you that much, but like, are you what are your thoughts? You think you could sing for us?
I'll do it.
Oh, sweet. He's gonna sing for us.
You put your right foot in, you take your right foot out, you do the hokey pokey and you fucking work it all out.
Thank
That was
you.
intense, man.
That was great.
I wasn't
like
expecting
it.
the hokey pokey though.
I feel like
Yeah.
he did that because we wasted his time and we didn't talk to
Yeah,
him
we
much
just
today.
we barely got like
Probably, yeah.
anything out of him.
Iguanas.
If you like this episode, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FlipperFlix. I guess we don't have to say it anymore, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm old. Follow along, see what we're doing. Interact if you'd like to.
Yeah, hit us up there. I don't know. You can also give us recommendations on other of those sites, or you can go to our website at www.flipperflix.com. Yeah, we do a couple recommendations each season, so we just love we're trying to pander right now. We're trying to get you to come to our website, give us some clicks, and recommend us a movie because, you know, we're going to have to pick those eventually, and more the merrier, right?
Yeah.
You can also, speaking of pandering, you can also rate and review us on Apple, Spotify now. Oh, we also do polls there occasionally. So that's always fun.
Answer Adam's questions.
Answer all of my questions, God damn it.
And if you're wondering, when can I catch these fools? You can catch us at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. We're on Spotify, as Adam mentions, where he does his polls. We're on Apple, Google, Amazon. I believe you can subscribe on the various platforms, and that way you'll get like a push notification or it'll come right into your queue, so that way you don't ever have to look at the clock on Thursday. It'll just be there for you. Kitty!
Can you later? Bye later.